Greetings to the item as kings and queens, blessed love in the name of the creator of the heaven and the earth and everything in between. Welcome to Natural Vibrations. I am called Dayarko. Now today I got some stories to share with the item. I reasoning with some kings as it relates to elevating or reverting the queens of the women of this world back to queens, as give them value, give them worth, treat them as natural and as kind and as gentle and as beautiful as you can, because there is nature and them need we as a foundation so that them could build upon. And the kings them telling me no man, them sisters in this world no man though. Them sisters all about vanity and sex right now, Everything is based on though. If you're not driving no car, you not got certain amount of money, you not stand a chance. So when you stand a chance, you naturally gonna make them a fool. Right? Because them only want you for what them got or what you have basically. Yeah, it at the time. Cause if you walk one time you couldn't get a queen, and when you drive you could get shit then something wrong. Yeah, it and I like what? Truly, I saw you see it. No me reason with a queen. Yeah, it and the queen is sure that the kings of the sort and faithful. Like, yeah, it. The kings of the sort and faithful. So naturally them gonna play games. The men them feel like them in charge and them could do whatever them want, so them gonna do whatever them want to. Yeah, there's with the queens them a reason and a show. And I like for truth. Now there is how each the people them not easy ones how I reason with, bless each person criticizing the other or the kings criticizing the queens criticizing the kings basically. Uh Now before I continue I want to share a story. Now I got this youth man. I know because he's still about was in a relationship with a young lady. Now them get together for a while as kids. He must be about 21, presently she must 19, so I could average how early them starting. I got Sonny there like 3 or 4. Anyhow, them together, living together, he not up find thing. He trying for balance heights and everything, but while he trying everything physically possible for please her, he also taking part in sexual misconduct. Now what you know, every time he took part in sexual misconduct with her, he basically breaking down her ability to think. Yeah, so he getting she weaker and weaker each time. And couple like 2 years after them son born or whatever, he cares about some brethren for lime sometime and she ended up back by the brethren for have sex with the brethren, and the brethren and she had a relationship for a time period and he hadn't known, and when he knew he could have only express himself violently, as in action. So and I reason as much as I can and try to explain to you and get if I understand what caused it. It's not what he failed to do, is what he was doing. Right? Because you see, as a king, as long as you break down the structure of your woman mindset, right, naturally she don't have strength to defend herself against another man or another king. And if it's a swire man or somebody with more vanity in their possession than you, but then you just lose your woman. But if you build her up as a queen and don't take part in sexual misconduct with her and rise up your woman half as she need and put you for stand up and teach you how to be a queen. When she become that queen, she would know her value, your value, the value of your destiny. So no king nor brethren can come and put you in no swar, right? Right, it? And that would change the whole aspect of thinking that women unfaithful, so you gotta literally be cruel. Because this is what the brothers them trying to do. The kings think that the women them incapable of being truthful to them. So that is why them just strive to take part in all them sexual immoralities and misconduct, trying to subdue them, because there's ways to do a slave. You just use cruelty to get them for subdue. But as long as you get a slave, get turn a person into a slave, them left with a slavish mentality. And as soon as they meet the other slave master, them going to submit. And that is what happening in the world today. That is what happening to the queens of this world. Them need to stab God down upon the eye, them need voluntarily, because some of these kings will say, just go by yourself. And if you check the ratio, right? If 80% of the females them take part in oral sex, less than 40% of the male them take part in it, because some brethren are watch the queens them tell them that them not do it, but yeah, them gotta do it to them. So even from the angle, it's called doggery. See, the item need to stop volunteer for go up on the item knees, man. Stop it. Get it out to the item reality. The item is queen. Stand up and defend it. I defend the cause, defend the species, and the item going to see. Right here. This whole system going to change, and the only reason, right here, them brothers unfaithful is because the item is queen encouraging them addiction. 'Cause all of them brothers are addicted to sex, are taking part in all them sexual misconduct and all them things. Them addicted to it, and the item is queens encouraging it. If you encouraging it, your friend encouraging it, or a friend encouraging it, but if the item hold one hard or as queens of the sort and return to the item beautiful and natural state, no brother no got no reason. Right? It come on don't run behind we not see, we just see us run behind. Right? So as you got other queens expose themselves in the reality, it's hard for a man without no focus, you know. And it's enough man there on earth. Rarely got one and two kings, and the kings them know themselves and them just live according to it. Right? And the queens them of the kings them could justify and testify to them doings. Right? But the men them it's hard for them look past the illusion of flesh. Right? So that is why I would constantly say, you know, that the queens them of this sort in a more position to change this reality as it relates to its dwellings, because sex is the pillar of all the ignorance going on in this world presently. Change the concept of sex. Change how we acting unnatural. And the item just vibrate naturally. And the item would see what he's saying. And I tell him the this from personal experience because I was never a saint. Jah knows. Right? I know saint. I not come as a sinless man to tell the item to live right, because to sin basically is to miss your own target. Say it at the time when I used to proper miss my target, but I found myself right now and I not miss I. That's why I could share it with the item. Right? And I queen thought give thanks to the creator. I found a beautiful and kind queen that had enough strength to teach I how to be a king. Right? And naturally she became a queen. Right? So queens of this world stand up for something. The item got the strength. If I personally could change, right? I know enough brethren could change to man. Right? But the item God give them a boost, give them a nudge, sit down and reason with the kings them. And every time you meet a brethren, it's for sex. Right? Build spiritual relationships, you know, and mental relationship. No only upon sex ship all the time, because sex ship just crash eye. And people just could jump on your sex ship and jump off back, but nobody can jump on your mental relationship or your spiritual relationship with the individual that you choose as your partner or your life partner. Right? The item need to secure his species. Blessed love in the name of the creator of the heaven and the earth and everything in between. Until the next time on Natural Vibrations, I am called the Yarko.